The election season is right around the corner. In fact, we don't have filing until the first week in May. But a number of candidates are already filing papers with the state's Public Disclosure Commission to announce their intentions to file for candidacy. Among them, here in North Central Washington, joining me right now on NCW Live News, Mark Straub, who's the Executive Director with Building North Central Washington. And now you are going to throw your hat into the ring for Douglas County Commissioner. Tell us about your plans, Mark.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for having me, Steve. It's an honor to be here. You know, it started last year when I was encouraged, actually, by Steve Jenkins to consider running. He's retiring, and I had a number of people come to me and suggest that. And to be quite frank, I never had it in my wheelhouse to look at doing that. But I gave it serious consideration over the past 3 months, prayed about it, talked to my wife, talked to others that I trust, and finally arrived at the decision that it was the right thing to do to move forward.
Well, if it's got your wife's blessing, obviously that's a major hurdle to clear.
Well, we've been married for 30 years. I don't do anything that doesn't have her blessing. So.
Well, Mark, we all know you. You've been heavily involved in the building industry here in North Central Washington for a long time. Tell us a little bit about your background, experience,
Sure.
and just share with our viewers right now your curriculum vitae.
Sure. I've spent the last 15 years with Building North Central Washington as the CEO. It's been a fantastic opportunity. You learn a lot when you're with an organization like that. You have a number of competing priorities, a number of viewpoints, a number of opinions. You learn how to balance all of those and how to take limited resources and do the best for your members to move forward and achieve objectives that are balanced. And so I've learned a lot through that process, and I think a lot of that goes hand in hand with the job that you're looking to do as a commissioner. And so I think those skills that I've learned will transition well. I came from a family of builders and tradespeople, and also ag. My father-in-law and his father, my wife's father and grandfather, have been ranchers and growers in Douglas County since the early 40s. We have a small orchard as well. And I came from a cattle ranch background, so I understand and appreciate ag and the farming lifestyle as well. So I think it gives me a wide perspective. I'm a person that likes to listen to all different perspectives, and I do my homework before I make decisions, and I try to be as balanced as possible. And I just think that there are a lot of viewpoints that need to be managed and listened to, especially when you're a county commissioner.
Well, it's interesting because often I think candidates are placed in categories, and especially when you're talking about county commissioners and their, let's say, philosophies for governing the county. So often you get either placed in a growth or a no-growth category. How would you describe yourself?
Well, I think number one, if you're not growing, you're dying. And I believe that to be the case. However, having said that, I think it's incumbent to, when you are approaching growth and planning for growth, that it be done wisely, smartly, because we've all seen examples of where growth hasn't been approached in that manner, and it's never good. So I think as far as my perspective is concerned, it's all about managing, again, all the different priorities and needs. And that can be done. It's not easy, but it requires an awareness and an ability and a willingness to listen to all of the different viewpoints and the needs of the farmers, the needs of people that are moving to our area, because it is a very desirable area to be. And we are growing, and I think we should be thankful for that. But along with that growth comes challenges that we need to stay ahead of And so I embrace growth. I embrace economic growth. I think that economic vitality is extremely important. And we, I believe, in this valley have a huge opportunity moving forward to ensure that we have a vibrant economy.
Mark Straub is joining us right now. He will be competing for that seat on the Douglas County Commission, representing the county's 3rd district, which is basically the North County, involving Bridgeport and some of those areas north of us. But again, you represent the entire county.
Right.
Mark, I think one of the biggest issues and the biggest, let's say, hurdles that we have to clear to enable more good growth in the valley is economic development. What are your philosophies there in terms of economic development?
Sure. Number one in Douglas County, our single biggest economic factor is ag. There's no denying that. About 1/3 of our workforce is involved in some way, shape, or form ag. So we need to protect that. We need to cherish that. But also recognizing moving forward that we have huge opportunity with the resources that we have here, relatively inexpensive power. This is a very desirable place to live. You just cannot beat it. We have an opportunity and should be attracting technology and manufacturers to our valley. Those are the types of businesses that create family wage jobs, and that's what we need here. We also need to have vibrant retail, and I think that there are ways that we can do that, and the county can do that by making sure that we are embracing and with a spirit of welcoming new businesses and those types of things by ensuring that we have a spirit of how can we make this work, as opposed to the answer being instantly no. We want to make sure that our rules and regulations are consistent, that they're predictable, and that they are, again, welcoming, but being done to protect our resources and to protect our heritage, because we have a rich heritage in Douglas County. So it's balancing those things.
Well, I'm sure we'll be able to talk to you in more detail about a lot of these issues in the future as we get further into your campaign and into the election season. But for this brief opportunity that we have to talk to you, is there anything else you'd like to share with our viewers that you think they need to know about you?
Sure. I'm a person that wants to hear the needs, the priorities of the citizens, and I want to represent everybody. I want to represent those needs, just as I've learned to do throughout my career, in a balanced way. And the best way to do that is to speak one-on-one with citizens. And so I invite anybody that has an interest in sharing their perspective to get in contact with me. I'm very approachable. I live by, I strive to listen, to be fair, to take what somebody shares with me and really respect that. And so give me a call and let's go talk over coffee.
Good. Mark Straub, and running as a Republican?
Yes, sir.
For that 3rd district seat on the Douglas County Commission. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Look forward to speaking with you again.
Likewise.
Steve Hare, NCW Life News.